Yo, it's the Rebel Pat Riot.
It's your man Jermaine Wiggins, aka the Black Rhino, and this is
Going in 60 seconds. Right here we chilling with
Koonce Jeweler, Koonce, some people call me Koonce, all the above. I'm in the building.
welcome to the show, everybody. So real easy, what we doing, we have we open up the platform for different entrepreneurs. This happened to be one of my best friends, one of the greatest ones as far as the whole season goes, man. And we're gonna bring it to you in the essence of jewelry, because it's a big deal. We all wear it, we all love it, and sometimes we go overboard with it, and some ones don't have any. Nice watch collection and everything, but I guess we'll bring you guys to the light and the life of Dina Jewelry.
So my man, like, what started you and how does it feel to be an entrepreneur?
It feels real good to be an entrepreneur. That's a tricky question, because to be an entrepreneur is about controlling yourself, controlling everything you do. So that's the best part about being an entrepreneur, to be honest, that nobody can tell you what to do. Control your own destiny.
Definitely. That's true. I see you have some special watches, the orange and black ones. Like, let the people know about what that represents.
The orange and black watch actually is the Earl T. Hanna Memorial Watch. It's a watch that was designed in memory of one of my closest friends. Matter of fact, I can't even call him a friend. One of my brothers passed away due to a heart ailment. So in memory of him, the fact that we loved watches, me and my whole crew. Safe to say all of us, we love watches, so in memory of him, we made a watch dedicated to his memory, and it's actually a depiction of him. Orange was his favorite color, he was a big dude, and what we did, we used as one of his favorite profiles. That's what the orange and black is. R.I.P. Earl. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta pay attention to what's up here. The Earl T. Hanna watch. This is what the brand is about. I do it like I do it for TV, because I'm always gonna do it for my nigga E, just like y'all doing it for me. And I truly appreciate it. I didn't get a chance to tell y'all what it means for y'all to be here, for me to be doing my thing, but at the end of the day, y'all always know the brand is Koonce & Co. Koonce is me, but Co is the company that I keep. So I just want to tell y'all thank you. And I appreciate y'all being here. R.I.P. to my nigga Earl.
Nice timepiece right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One of my best pieces I ever made.
Wow. So let me ask you, Koonce, being a jeweler, what does it take? Is it a special skill? You need a craft?
Right.
Can anyone do it?
I think anyone can, actually, to be honest, anyone can do it, because it's all about how, if you're artistic, if you have a thought, you know, anybody could be a business person, because all you got to do is want to make money. But to be a jeweler, from my position, and a watchmaker, you have to have passion. Yeah. And if you have passion, because most people, you know, they associate business with making money. But if you have a passion for something you do, you're gonna ultimately always make money. And I'm not talking about the green money, you know, self-fulfillment and whatever you do.
Wow.
So as far as me being a jeweler, anyone else can be a jeweler. But I don't know if they could do what I do, because that's my underlying, you know, personal passion for what I do.
You emphasize passion and drive. Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Of course. Passion means it's just something that you personally want to do. It's nothing behind it other than just your own entity, your own energy. So that's what I mean by passion. It's not. I didn't start making watches or designing jewelry because I felt that people would like it. I started making jewelry and designing watches because it's something that I liked. But it just so happened, after, you know, being told by, you know, some of the people in this room, you got something to offer to the public, you might want to start showing it. Because like when it's personal, you have a passion, you're afraid of what people might say about something that's so personal to you. So, you know, we are 14 years later, and we're about 6 collections up. You know, design jewelry for basically all my friends and family, athletes and entertainers, and this is what happens with passion.
Your catalog is crazy. 14 years, just like that in the business, strong.
14 years documented. You know, I've been doing watches since I was a shorty, growing up in the neighborhood we grew up in. I started fixing Edom. That's right, Edom's best. I started changing my own batteries because my grandmother would always buy me watches, but after a while, you know, she's like, you know, this is a little too expensive. And I said, you know, I just started opening up the watches and changing the batteries. That's all it really took, was just the batteries. But I would get so many watches. I was probably up to about like 40 watches growing up in those projects. So that's how I learned. You know, people say, oh, I never went to school for it. You know, a lot of things I do, I just learn from being in the projects, like most things, you know.
Your desire to have a brick and mortar.
The reason why, you know, I won't necessarily say it's something that you have to have, like a prerequisite to have a brick and mortar when you have a business. But if you want to be taken serious, not so much serious by the everyday people, because that's how I make my money, but to be taken serious by the masses. Everyone has to have a meeting ground. So this is not so much a brick and mortar in regards to my business. This is my office.
Definitely. I like that.
People respect that. This is more like an office for me.
Seeing a lot of your friends here, brothers and everything,
yes.
Man, it's sick. What was special about today? Today was a special day, right?
Today is a very special day because this is the New York launch of the iconic Evolution watch. I'll show it to you.
These right here that we're wearing as well?
Yes, these watches. You got the black, you got the white, and you got the yellow. So they're all 41 millimeters. Detail is important with me. I don't know if you get a close up, but you got the primary colors that are on the dial, right? You know, not a lot of people know what those colors stand for. But
I see it right now.
Those colors actually stand for me and my family, me and my kids and my wife. That's our favorite colors. But it just so happened those favorite colors, you know, they depict what the primary colors are, which is, you know, green, orange, red, and so forth. So that's what today is. Don't forget to log on, iconicwatch.com. You got a free shipping code of Evolution. Turn up.
Let me ask you this though, for like upcoming people that want to get involved with making jewelry, what would be their first steps? How would they go about doing that?
Me personally, the first step is what I said initially. You gotta have a passion for it, because if you don't have a passion, you're not necessarily gonna make profit money. Because a lot of times people, you know, I feel a lot of people are misguided when it comes to business.
Right.
You're always gonna make money,
Right.
but to sustain and to move advance, you gotta think about the profit. So, you know, people say, oh, I'm in business and I'm making this money, but I'm not advancing because you know, you're not making that profit. So the only thing that I can say is don't worry about the profit initially. Worry about being able to keep continuously branding yourself. And the way that you brand yourself is
Branding.
the way that you brand yourself is to just keep flipping your profit. Excuse me, keep flipping whatever you make, because it's not necessarily a profit. Just keep flipping, you know, the money that you make and put it right back into your brand. So, you know, they give a number of 5 years is when you start to see a profit. So if you want to become a jeweler, the first thing you got to think about is you ain't gonna make a lot of money out the gate. You're gonna a lot of profit money out the gate. You're gonna make money, but if you want to be a successful business person, you got to put it right back into your business and your brand, because you don't want to get caught up in what I see a lot of people get caught up into. They design something extremely dope. It's by natural essence you're gonna design something dope. It's the culture, it's our lifestyle. But they make the money back from what they put out, and then they go spend it like that's profit money. That's not profit money. You gotta continuously keep putting back in if you want to be a, you know, aspiring jeweler, and you just gotta love what you do.
Now, does price point matter?
The price points, I kind of, you know, I think I've changed the game in regards to price points, because, you know, me and Sonny was talking about this the other day. I do a lot of bartering as well. So I don't necessarily have to make a profit to advance. I just need to be able to make a different step up in what I'm doing. So, you might have somebody like yourself who you might have a distribution company,
Right.
and you need me to do some work for you.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna take a loss, of course. So I'll sell it to you for what I paid for it, and then I got a plug by you. Most people are not willing to do that. Most people, they're not willing to do that because the worst thing is that they think about that green, them dollar signs.
Exactly.
And when you start to think money first, you're not going to advance.
Now that's old school for you to do something like that.
Yes,
People
it
don't
is.
do that anymore,
Nah.
and you still keep that tradition going. Or rather brought it back.
Well, I would say, me and Young Heck was talking about this earlier when he was in the shop. When we came, it's not that I brought it back. I just continuously follow those rules and guidelines that was given to me.
Wow.
It's nothing different.
You don't hear that. That's a dinosaur. You don't hear about that anymore.
Well, but when you come up under certain individuals and you're given an actual opportunity to display those characteristics, you got to take it and run for it, and you got to be thankful for it. And how you say it, bro? Who am I to mess up tradition? Right?
Real talk.
Very
Right.
true. That's real talk right there, man.
Right. It felt good walking in the jewelry store with our black people. Real talk.
I appreciate that.
That's love. That's,
Sometimes, people, the statement you said, that's not a racist statement, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But sometimes people sway away from those particular topics. It feels good sometimes to walk into an establishment to see people that look like you.
Exactly.
Even if you're a white person and you walk into a white jewelry shop, I'm sure you're comfortable, so forth. But before anything, in regards to my race or whatever, I'm an honest person.
Definitely.
So I think people are extremely comfortable in dealing with me because everything is an open book. I have never sat down with a person to sell them jewelry, watches, or whatever without explaining to them. This information is free. You could literally go online and find out what the cost of gold is. You can find out what diamonds is going for, and then you'll be like, oh, my mother's watching them. Sorry for using this curse word. I'm gonna fuck with Koonce because this is a legit businessman and I'm a legit person first and foremost.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So that motto of being honest, has it carried you thus far? Obviously, it looks as if it's a great shot, Mike.
Yeah.
Very nice. Has it carried you?
It just carried me all the way because bring it back. As a black man, it's rough.
Totally.
I'm gonna always be judged from top to bottom. I literally have to make sure that I do better than my competitors. Going back to the money, I might not have as much finances or as much product as them, but I'm usually 100 in terms of anybody I sit down with because of that honesty. That honesty is, I grew up, like we said, we grew up in, like 90% of us grew up either in Edo projects or some of us grew up in areas out here. Telling lies and not being honest, no matter what you're into, it'll get you in extremely sticky situations. So going back to tradition, I've always stuck to that. So honesty is, it was so long ago, but I done got my head bashed in for telling lies. So that stuck to me, you know what I'm saying?
Principles.
Right.
Rules and guidelines, yeah, exactly.
So 14 years in the game, right? More than 14, but
14
let's
that's
say-
being documented.
right. 14 documented years in the game, and up and coming entrepreneurs. I'm gonna bring that back again because we want to know, or you guys want to know exactly, like how hard is it, or easy. What's it like doing this? Again, what's it like doing this? And also, have anyone come to you and ask for guidance? Have you made any connections or any product for any up and coming entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I've done stuff. Actually, we got what's Gonzo? I've done a couple of people here. Gonzo, another like us, we all grew up together. We just did a successful. We just did a successful watch collection for him. He's not a watchmaker. But he's a fashion designer. So together, collectively, we designed the watch for him. And a lot of people don't understand that jewelry, watches, anything you do is a part of the fashion culture. So yeah, this is someone that I did business with, just like we're doing business with, and it's not about money. It's just about us piggybacking off each other and one another. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as up, like in terms of dealing with other entrepreneurs, I've done, I deal with the athletes and entertainers, but the regular everyday people are the people who keep me in business.
Right.
You know, it's funny because the entertainers and the athletes, they spend money, every so often, and the everyday people come to you every day. So ultimately, if you combine that together, the everyday people is way more important. But at the same time, as far as marketing, and the times that we're in, regular everyday people want to see that you're dealing with the basketball players, the athletes, the NBA players, entertainers. They want to see that.
What influence did Gonzo have on making that?
From top to bottom, actually. His influence was, first we had to start off and define what his brand is about, which is Elijah Devontae. That had a symbolic meaning because that was your mom and your dad, right?
My mom and son.
No, excuse me, his mom and his son, in terms of the logo. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we had to define what he's about. And he's not very big in stature, but he has a big presence. So what we had to do is, and this is going from top to bottom, we had to come up with a watch that was big in stature. This is a 42 millimeter, right? We did 42 millimeter. As you can see with the white gold, we did a white gold and we did a black gold as well, with diamonds in the dial. So at the same time, standing big and bold, but once again, paying attention to detail. So if anyone knows him or they know his brand, of course it's a logo watch, but they will be like, this is Elijah Devontae from top to bottom. Or what we, Daniel Soul, of course, but we call him Gizo Gonzo. They say, oh, that's Gizo watch. As soon as they seen it, that's something he would design. And that's basically what I've done with everyone that I've designed a watch for, from top to bottom. I think I'm 8 collections in. So I would say you sit down with the person, find out what they're about, and then you put together the artwork, and then you move from there.
What's the manufacturing process? Like, how long it takes to make a watch?
From top to bottom, just to make it or to manufacture it as well?
Manufacture, get it out there, process, put it on the strip.
I would say about from 5 to 6 weeks.
Right.
About 5 to 6 weeks.
That's not bad. Right?
It's not bad over time, but like I said, information is free. A lot of times they want to make you think that it's going to take 5 months and the price is going to cost you $1 gazillion.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Gonzo, what was your experience with producing your watch line?
It was incredible. Dealing with the wine. Instead of me making a watch that I really wanted to make, you told me don't even do that, just make a watch for everybody and get the money up, then you get the watch you want to make for yourself. So that's what I did. So we came up with the concept collectively. We agreed on certain things, and then certain things that he's seen that would make the watch look more better and more attractive. He put his input on it, brought it to my attention, I agreed on it, and that's how we came up with the watch.
Masterpiece?
Masterpiece.
Definitely.
And you do custom pieces too.
We gotta do custom pieces.
Yeah, like custom.
So the other thing, and I'm sorry for talking to your back, but the other thing, you mentioned 42, I guess, what are the parts on the watch? You mentioned the size, I think.
When you say 42 millimeter, when you say 42 millimeter, when you say 42 millimeter, that's actually the size of the face. So this is a 42 millimeter that the iconic evolution is, and then the white, which you have, is 36.
So I got the baby.
I won't say the baby.
The big ass wrist. I got
the small one. You got the smaller one.
And the parts of the watch, I don't know this, man. So they said bezel or something like that, things of that nature. Well, what is it?
The bezel is actually the outside of the actual dial.
Oh, so we got measurement, but the real, but it's bezel.
It's the bezel, yes. Bezel, actual bezel.
Okay, gotcha. Nice, that bezel.
When you get bezel, yeah.
Good. So where do you see yourself?
Where do I see myself? I see myself as in the future. I think, like how they say your hands itch when you about to get some money. My wrists are always itching.
That's what's up.
As of late.
Right,
Because
right.
I see it in the future to be able to take this brand and preferably the watch brand to the world. You know, not so much franchise, just it's all about distribution. Because even though I want to continuously own my brand up to thus far, because if you don't own your brand, when you're able to advance yourself, you have no control over what's going to happen. So in terms of those department stores, I'm not so much interested in the big, big names like Nordstrom.
Is that what you mean by distribution?
Yeah, no, in terms of getting them to those stores. I'm more interested in the stores that the everyday people go to. And I don't mean no disrespect to those other stores, because if we're able to get the price points that can match with people's pockets,
Right.
if we're able to get that, like, my watches, people say, oh, they're so nice, but you're selling for so cheap. It's about getting them in people's hands. So, like the Targets, Walmart, people get so mad when I say that, but everybody shopped at those places. Everybody shopped there. Not to say those name companies, but I wanted to go to places like that,
Right.
where everybody can touch it.
Right.
And the prices will stay at a place where you can afford it.
That's what's up. But through the conversations, it's just seeing the bubble here as we was here, everybody mingling. Let me ask you, like, when you had the idea of doing this, did you get any support? Like, was it hard? Was it people that didn't believe in you? How was that? Because that's like one of the main processes.
It's you're right, but it was a lot more people that believed in me that didn't believe in me. But they hit the people sometimes that they don't believe in you.
Right.
It's disheartening because, like I said, this is very personal. But as you can see, it was as many people was here and people who stood here,
Right.
and even watching this interview. Every one of my friends and family, every time I do come out with a watch, and because everybody has different tastes, so
Right.
it has to be some watches that they
Right.
don't like.
Totally.
And it's not taken in a disrespectful way, but even that, they still buy it. So that means a lot.
That means a lot.
Means a complete lot.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And from them doing that, right? From them actually doing that, it has spread out to the people that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, if they fucking with it, and in their own right, people are following them, I'm gonna mess with it.
That's what it's all about.
So, like I said, it's a lot more support and love than the opposite. Hands down.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clearly, it sounds like a success story. Now, we don't like to dwell on the negativity. Actually, when you've been an entrepreneur, both go hand in hand.
Yes.
What are some of the pitfalls, if any?
The pitfalls. The pitfalls is if you not having enough patience to make it worldwide. Because like I go back to personal.
That hurt you, not having enough patience?
Sometimes that'll hurt you because you gotta have patience to make it quote unquote big time. And like I said, being that it's personal, I honestly feel that my watches and the jewelry that I design is the best shit on earth. I feel like I'm the best jeweler, the best watchmaker on earth. And I genuinely believe that because it's something that I want to do. And I'm not focused on what everybody else is doing. Only time I get focused on it is I say, okay, you got this particular brand, that's where I want to be, and I know my shit is way better than this. So that's the pitfall of not maybe having enough patience or just accepting the process all the time. And the process is that wait for your turn and wait for that moment, and when you get that moment, you capitalize and you fucking step on that neck and you just take everything, So I'm waiting, but I'm at the same time I'm going for what I know.
If you took a loss, how did you rebound from that?
I've taken a lot of losses. You mean financially or
How about across the board?
Across the board, yeah. Across the board, I've taken a lot of losses because in the beginning, everything that I was doing, like I said, I wasn't making profit. So if I do a collection and I do 300 pieces and I only sell, because my prices are very low, and I only sell 50 watches, 250 watches that I'm stuck with. You know what I'm saying? Or in the beginning, when I, outside of the jewelry, if I buy jewelry, if I put that money up, I don't see a residual off of that until it sells. So in the beginning, I could get stuck with a necklace or a watch for about a year. Tell Ace, How much shit I got stuck with? You know, John, John, all they've been here through the whole process, or they might feel sorry for me and they'll just buy it. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, yo, this is how, like, we go back to support. I'm gonna just buy, this brother just went and bought 5 big watches like he's, whoever, people depict I thought I was, and my whole crew, they see the invoices. We're just, all 5 of us, we I think y'all got all the biggest watches in terms of diamonds. We done had all of that, but from my wholesalers seeing me buy those watches and hitting up, district or whatever, they're like, oh, he got it popping, and then that's when you start to get credit. So when you start to, and that's in any business, because that's another thing they don't tell people. And when you're able to get consignment, some people might not know credit consignment because we have a different audience. So consignment means, so if you get consignment, you ain't taking that money out your pocket. And when it sells, you bring in their money and you take the profit. And then you just keep doing that. And then that's when I was able to be like, okay, I'm not taking a financial loss. But personally, during this whole process, the only thing that I can say has stood out is like, like we made the watch for Earl. That messed me up. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a friend and a business partner. The personal loss was someone who was very important to all of us. We lost our brother Earl, and that messed all of us up. It's ironic you doing this interview. It's like, it's 3 years later, and this is kind of like the first time we all chill together in 3 years, right? The actual memory of him, it's not like we want to be distant, but it was too painful, So, it's good to see, moments like this, we have launch events to kind of bring us together and, be like we've always been, So the same thing that hurt you and separate you is the same exact thing that can bring you right back together,
Nice, man. Definitely. Smiling looking down there, bro.
Of course. We can talk about it every day. The energy, quick fast, we talk about places that we go to, we play ball together, went to high school together, college together, hung everything. And so we done did everything together, and we always joke about our trips or whatever, but I can honestly say in the last 3 years, in terms of our brotherhood and our reunions that we do, I think this might be the first year that I can say I'm having a good time again, So that's the power, that's how powerful that is, because I do my best work when I travel. Was that 2009 when we was on the beach, John, when Diddy walked by with all his peoples? And I was like, yo, because I tried at the watch thing, and I gave up because I wanted to come out like Jacob the jeweler and make the most expensive watches that my peoples can't even afford. Like, let's give it real. Only person that brought the first watch I did was me and my father. So I gave it up. Well, it was probably about like 2004. So 2009, we was in South Beach, all of us on the beach. That's when you took that picture with your shirt on. And we was chilling, and Diddy walked by with his peoples, just like us. It was like how we went by, he walked by with his peoples. And I was like, damn, Diddy, who might I say is a client of mine, since it's plug. And he literally was chilling like we chill. Said what's up to us. They said what's up to us, right? They stopped, and I was like, wow, this is me. This dude walked the same streets I walk. He's walking with his peoples or whatever. And I came home and that energy, and it's never been non-stop ever since 2009. It reignited the fire, and is always in beast mode. And plus I have kids now, so I have kids, a wife, and a family, so no matter what, the fire can't go out if any people got kids and family around here. So just ironically, it's just something that I have a talent at, and I'm able to get the support that I need to keep advancing me.
With that support, your friends and family and everything, does it make it better?
Yeah, of course, because like I said, when people from the outside, even though they might not want to admit it, when they see that type of support, it makes them trust you. It shows stability.
Stability.
It shows in a major way. Because let's face it, sometimes the family and friends are the worst critics, and those be the ones that don't support you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So when people see that, they like, this shit is legit. Because even if it's worse critics and family and friends who gon', because family and friends would be like, oh, I'll catch it on the back end. You know, like I said, when I first started to give away everything, you know what I'm saying? Now it's reversed. I always buy my watch. You know, me and Earl, Ace, Stick and John, my watches, I always buy my first watch first because they say, yo, stop giving your shit away. Because that's why you know, quote unquote. And I say, it ain't a loss. That's why you're not able to get your money. So after you make the money back, then you can start giving stuff away. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's what I started, and you need support because you know my friends they come here. Every single one of my friends brought a watch, and they know that they could get it free. They know that for a fact because it's been done. But that's support because it's not like they're saying, oh, I'm just giving an example, and I'm not saying that because some of them are here. Is that they saying, go ahead, we're gonna push you, and whatever they can do, we're gonna push them as well. When Gonzo came out his watch, even though I we made it together, I manufactured it, it was important that I brought a watch. Because I can't buy his whole stock, but if a certain amount of people at least buy a certain amount, he's not in the black. If you do, on that wall, like I told y'all, it's about 6 or 7 different people that I know. That's their hats, that's their shirts. I mean, I can't fund their whole operation, but you know, if you could, one person could support, you can help a person advance. And with me in particular, that's what I want to do. You know, that's why when you was like, oh, you just started the show, and you know, your audience might not be as big as it is going to be, because I can see how professional you guys are, so it's going to be even bigger. That don't matter, because first of all, when a person sees stuff like this, they're going to pay attention. So if just one person can see what we're doing, you need one person. So I don't think that I'm anything like any other jeweler, because I'm not about stealing from the culture. I'm about advancing it and benefiting from it. But and as far as business, I don't think there's any other businessman like me as well in his own right, because nothing has never been given to me. I've had to work for it. And like I said, my friends and family are the worst critics. But the difference between a lot of people, friends and family, my friends and family support me. So I kind of got to, even y'all, your show, I knew you all my life. And it's at times I haven't seen you forever, but when we get on the phone, we talk, it's like, I seen you when you was having us out there play football. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't see Gonzo for whatever. Doug, well, Stick and Ace, I talk to them. John, you know, I talk to them, and all other people were here. But at the end of the day, it's just 360, bro. So, you know, that statement that you said, when you said that, it stuck out, because if people can understand, it ain't about that. It's about just, you know, helping push one another. And, you know, whoever's strong at something, support him, and it'll turn to something else. And he or she can do the same thing.
Build that bridge.
You gotta build the bridge. That's a great way to put it, you know?
Well, we're not going to keep you. Thank you very much for allowing us to be in here.
One thing, like, I'm very big on memorializing people who had a lot to do what I've done. We did my people, and as you can see, you know, I got my grandmother up here. That's a picture of me being a young boy. You know, I got a picture on my chain or whatever. And sometimes in the midst of everything, when things are going fast, you know, I never get opportunity to let people know how thankful I am of the person that she raised. So the words that you see me saying, a lot of the things I do, the reason I do have an old school way is because of her. And that's my grandmother, Ariel Koonce.
Tell your future customers where they could come to
Future customers, you can find me in a lot of different places. But you can always come to the flagship location, which is 689 Locust Street. That's Mount Vernon, New York, 10552. That's the Fleetwood section. You can find me on my websites, www.KoonceJewelers.com. www.theiconicwatch.com. As I repeat, that's the new watch. Free shipping with the code Evolution. You can find me on Instagram at Koonce Jewelers. Same thing for Facebook. And you can find me anywhere, dropping jewelry off, out the trunk, wherever it goes, I'm gonna go try to get it.
So now normally we close with something, but I think we're gonna flip it a little bit and have you close the show.
Okay.
And what could you say to the up-and-coming entrepreneurs or anyone who wants to start anything, not doesn't have to be a jewelry store, but anything, what jewels you could drop on them being a veteran in this game?
Yes, that's so dope to finally be a veteran, because people can, you can spread your knowledge. But what I can say is, definitely, like we spoke about initially, passion. Have passion for what you do, and have passion for whatever it is that you're trying to bring to the people. And first and foremost, everybody want to make money, but don't make your main thing about the money, because that's going to be short term. And just make sure the support system that you have, just keep them around you, because those are the people that are going to help you get to where you need to go. And whether it be family, friends, or whatever, support is important.
It's deep. It's deep. Yo, I want to thank you for the beautiful
Thank you for waiting.
It's all good, man. It's all
going
good,
crazy,
bro. It's all good,
but that's
bro.
a good thing.
For sure.
Thanks for coming, man. How we do?
Well, I'm the Rebel Pat Riot.
This is Jay Wiggs.
Well, keep your vision,
Follow your dreams.
because it could be gone in 60 seconds.